Watch and burn.
Hey everybody! So tonight I want to discuss the Prodigy's physical release for their 2005 track, for the 2003 track Spitfire that has been given the single treatment, and it has the '05 version as well as 2 additional tracks on here. And now this was really cool. I've heard rumors that this was only released in the UK. I ended up finding it at Deja Vu Discs in Oshawa, and I got it really cheap too, and it was this cool digipack. Now, like I said, there's only 3 tracks on here, but the fact that it may not have been released in the West, but I ended up with it, made it very cool. I loved the artwork, I loved the feel of the digipack, and the only track on here I don't love is the second remix. The '05 version of Spitfire is awesome because it reworks the drums, and the snare has like a greater sense of flow, and there's more play with it. Like, it's as if the drums were allowed to be a little more drum and bassy, whereas on the album track Spitfire, the drums are very locked off, and the drum loop is amazing. Like, that ride cymbal that Howlett has employed is like the catchiest shit ever. But I've listened to Spitfire so many times because Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned is like one of my favorite Prodigy records that they've ever done. I mean, that's on there. Spitfire's on here. Girls is on here. Fuck. I mean, that record, those 2 songs alone made that record catchy, like forever catchy. But it's cool because the Nightbreed mix is on here, which is absolutely amazing, and it's speedy as fuck. And then you've got the '05 version of Spitfire, which, like I said, sort of allows the drums to sort of stretch their legs more, and the drum programming is allowed to be a little more fun and inventive and experimental. And it adds so much to this song that by the time I picked this up in like '07 or '08, I had heard Spitfire like 10,000 times because that song's amazing. And so the fact that they released it and then they'd given it and shown it so much care and concern and love that they reworked it in such a way that they didn't just make a fun remix, but with the '05 version, it's like a new edition of the song altogether that's completely interchangeable with the album version that came out a couple years before, back in '03, I believe. So this is fun. The only track on here I didn't love was the second track, which in a sense is kind of disappointing because there's only 3 tracks on here to begin with. So that's a third of the album, a third of the EP or single or whatever that you don't love, leaving 2/3, which is good, but it would be better had I loved all 3 of them. But look, I'm going to stop here. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for just about 3 minutes while I discuss the Prodigy's 2005 single release for Spitfire. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But please, most importantly, don't forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. I keep hearing shit behind me, and I'm becoming increasingly more and more unnerved. I'm gonna go. Have a good night.